Nope. Nope. Easy, let's go. Hey, yo, hey, pow, pow, pow.
No matter what I do, all I think about is you. Even when I'm with my boo, you know I'm crazy over you.
Okay, for real though, what is this new Instagram sign? I don't like this. It looks too much like Musically. I don't like it. Like, what is this? Like, what is this new format? I don't like this. It's like, it's too white. Like, what? Alright, so, alright, so this one's kind of a long one, but it's funny, so stay on it. Stay with me, guys. So, like I always say, if you're new to the series, check out Happy School Days, Episode 1, link in the description. So, this episode is pretty interesting. And so this happened 2 weeks ago, and I was walking down the hallway to my 4th period class, and then I see a teacher, and she told me, "Hi, Happy." I was kind of confused because she wasn't a teacher in any of my classes. I actually met this teacher before the school year started because there was like an orientation where, you know, you learn the schedule and like what the school is about. And that teacher had like this little booth thing, I don't know what it was, but I was like walking by and she told me I had a nice sweater. So I was like, "Oh, thank you." And we talked for a bit, and she was really nice. And then so when the school year started, I wanted to be kind of a part of the school, I guess, you know, kind of be out there, you know, because in Japan, there was kind of a period in my life where I just stayed at home, played video games all the time, so I wanted to get myself out there and, you know, go join a club or something. So I joined this club where basically you cheer for your own school at sports games and stuff. A lot of people were in it. It seemed pretty fun. And so that teacher that, you know, I was just talking about, she's a sponsor for it, so I had to talk to her about it. And yeah, I joined. I got a t-shirt and everything. And you know, we were, you know, she knew me. We weren't like close, but I'm sure she liked me. And you know, she's a really nice teacher. Unfortunately, I didn't really like go to any games and cheer with my club. 90% because school is really hard here compared to the other places I've been to, and then 9% because, you know, I want time to make videos and dance, and then 1% because I'm lazy. So I didn't go to any games or anything, and because of that, I didn't talk to the teacher at all for like 7 months until this moment when she said hi to me in the hallway. So I was kind of wondering like, oh, why is she saying hi now after, you know, such a long time? But, you know, I was like, okay, cool. I said hi back, and I also noticed she had this like a leg brace thingy, so I was like, "Oh, what happened to your leg?" And then after I said that, you know, we're walking the same direction in the hallway, so you know, she's like walking with me, and she puts her arm around me, and she kind of leans in like it's a huddle, right? Like one of those football huddles, except it's like a 2-man huddle, except woman man huddle. It was a 2-woman man huddle, and she told me, "I know. Well, I'm screwed." So I was just like thinking, oh my god, well, Happy School Days is over. This is all over. Game over, guys. Game over. Gigi. But it actually turns out she thought it was really cool. Like, she thought I was like a genius. So I was like, oh, thank you. And yeah, she like really approved of it, and she thought it was cool. And she's keeping it low key, so what a great teacher. So I'm guessing she just saw my dance videos somehow. Someone shared it with her, I don't know, on YouTube, and then, you know, she saw me talk. So yeah. But what I was wondering is who showed her, because like I'm not popular enough to just like find, you know, randomly on YouTube, you know? Like someone has to have showed it to her, or she specifically looked up my name, which I doubt. Because if she was interested in me, she would have looked me up earlier. So I'm guessing someone showed her. So what I'm thinking is the counselor from episode 3, by the way, we're still great friends. We're still good friends. So I'm guessing the counselor from episode 3 of Happy School Days, I don't know. I'm guessing she like showed some teachers. I'm not really sure what's going on. I don't really know, but this kind of has me thinking, what if all the teachers know, they're just not telling me? Okay, so like this one time in English class, we were talking about this story where it was basically about a wolf who turns into a human. And the wolf had a family and everything, and then like one night he just automatically turns into a human. So we were discussing it, and then the teacher made kind of an example of the moral of the story. And he said, so Billy, what if one day Happy just all of a sudden turns into a monster or something? It'd freak you out. You don't think that he's a monster. You think he's just a normal human being, right? So he used me and a classmate as an example for that and for the story, I guess. And then he stares me dead in the eyes and he says, so the moral of the story is people are not always who they seem to be. He was just like staring straight at me as he was saying that, so I was like, oh, that kind of applies to me a little bit. So yeah, that kind of makes me wonder, what if like every teacher knows, they're just not telling me? Because a lot of teachers are giving me very subtle hints. I don't know, maybe I'm just paranoid. Realistically, it's probably not true, but like my paranoid side is just saying, oh, they know. So yeah, besides me being paranoid about, you know, teachers knowing about this whole thing, there has been some very close calls where I almost got caught like in front of the whole class. It was pretty scary. So like one time we were watching YouTube on the PowerPoint about like Asians and specifically how Japanese are kind of influenced by Western culture and stuff like that. And so we're watching the video. I think it's a pretty good video. It's like, I don't know, a couple minutes long, and then he exits out of full screen because we were watching it full screen. He exits out of full screen, and I kind of see my friend Ono in the suggestions, and then I was like, wait, hold up, and I wipe my eyes real quick and just like trying to see, is that seriously my video in the suggestions? So yeah, my most popular video called Japanese kids speaking English or something like that. That was literally in the suggestions of the video that we were watching in class. I think my video was like the 7th one down. Luckily, I wasn't in the thumbnail, my friend was, so no one recognized me, but the teacher, exits out of full screen and he starts sliding across the thumbnails, like trying to, I guess he was like seeing an interesting video and gonna click on it. I think my video was like the 7th one down in the suggestions, but the teacher's in the back of the room, because it's a smartboard thing and he's in the back of the room like controlling it, right? So he starts like going up and down like trying to choose one or something like that. It's like the finale of season 6 in The Walking Dead when Negan's like like picking who to kill with his bat, and he's like walking back and forth doing like eeny meeny miny mo, and then he bashes someone's head in. That's literally how it was at that moment. He was like going up and down like choosing which video to hit. And spoiler alert, in the comics of The Walking Dead, Glenn, the only Asian in The Walking Dead, is the one that gets picked and dies. I am the only Asian in the classroom, so basically I was gonna die. I was gonna get exposed. So yeah, he was just like trying to choose which video to pick. So I was just like praying to Aunt Jemima, trying to get out of this. Like I was so nervous, I was sweating more than a middle-aged man with the dress shirt's armpit stain. And then he decides to close the window and then continue the lecture. Man, it was really freaking scary. I mean, the actual video doesn't even have me in it, but if you click that video, my face will be all over the suggestions because it's the same YouTube channel. So yeah, that was a scary moment. Alright, so this next situation, it's pretty nerve-wracking, but it's pretty crispy, not gonna lie. Like, I'm not saying I made some pretty sick plays, but I made some pretty sick plays. So this happened, just a couple days ago, and in French we have this like final presentation thing we have to do, and we do it with a group. And so we decided we're gonna practice after school in the library, but after school, I had to talk to teachers about my grades and stuff like that, so I was like 15 minutes late. I finished talking to my teachers, I'm just like walking down the hallway to the library, and then I see my friend Ken. Ken is actually my friend from Happy School Days episode 4, I think. It's called Romance. It's pretty funny. Go watch it if you haven't. In fact, you should be watching this in order, but whatever. Don't let me tell you what to do. You do you. Yeah, you go. Girl, guy, dog. And by the way, the school's pretty cleared out because it's 15 minutes after school ended. So yeah, I see my friend Ken. You know, he had like a couple minutes left until his mom was gonna pick him up. So yeah, he walks me to the library. And when we're near the library, this girl, let's call her Gigi. Gigi's like, hi Happy. Oh, hello. And Gigi was also someone that I talked to in the beginning of the year, but I didn't talk to her for like 7 months after. So same thing, you know, I was wondering why she was talking to me after like 7 months. And then the next thing she said is, nice YouTube channel. I was just like, thank you. Yeah, but then I realized I should probably go talk to her, because I don't know how she found out. But, you know, keep in mind, Ken was with me, so Ken heard that, and he asked me, oh, you have a YouTube channel. So I just like whispered in his ear, oh, I tell you tomorrow, bye. And then so he leaves, and I go talk to Gigi. How did you find out? And then she's like, oh, me and some friends just found out, whatever, I don't know. And then I was like, wait, friends? How many friends? She said, oh, don't worry about it. You're fine, don't worry about it. So now I'm really paranoid walking down the hallway, like, any of these people can know who I am. So I was just like, okay, whatever. I forget about the whole thing. I go practice for the French presentation, and I just kind of forget about the whole thing. And then the next day, I go to lunch, and Ken asks me, hey, what's your YouTube channel? I was just like, oh shit. And this is where the clutch plays come in. I thought about it for a second, and I was like, oh, yeah. It's like joke, you know, like, because I was in my class and some people in the class were watching like YouTube, and they were watching like Asian YouTuber, I think, and then they make fun of me because I look like him. So you know, they just say, hey, nice YouTube channel, because it's like joke, you know, it's like inside joke with the classroom because I look like the Asian YouTuber, you know. And yeah, that actually worked. I pulled it off, and he's like, oh, what a classic. That's funny. So yeah, I got away with it. And then I go off to get food, you know, at the lunch buffet thing. I don't know what you call it. But then I come back, sit down, and whoops, I just said his real name. So I sit down, and then Ken says, hey, I saw your dance videos. Man, this is just getting annoying now. So then my other friends at the lunch table, they're like, oh, let me see. And then Ken shows them, and I'm like, but then I take a look at the screen and I see it's Instagram. So I was like, oh, okay, I thought he saw my YouTube videos, but it's still Instagram, so he's gonna find out, or he already did find out about my YouTube channel. So I was like, I'm freaking screwed, I'll just tell them. And then I take a closer look. I see the name on the Instagram. It says Happy K. So in the beginning of the year, I thought I would have a social life and stuff. I was very wrong. But I thought I'd have like people I'd hang out with all the time, like after school, and just like, you know, like do stuff. So I was like, you know, I should make an Instagram for Happy. So I made an Instagram just for Happy. I don't talk in my normal voice in it. You know, I just like dance, I type everything in Japanese. So yeah, that was basically my decoy Instagram account. So I see that and I'm like, oh. So I was just like super excited because the decoy worked. And yeah, I was super happy. So they still don't know. It's all good. Happy is still going strong. So yeah, there's 2 weeks left in the school year. I'm gonna tell them. I'm gonna tell them very soon. So yeah, this was a fun video. I hope you guys liked it. Let's try to get this video to 50 likes. You think we can do that? 50 likes? Let's do it. So yeah, hope you guys liked it. And I love yogurt.